There are many unsolved mysteries in our world, but perhaps none is as filled with speculation and sheer terror as the Dyatlov Pass incident in Russia. 9 experienced trekkers, all university students and intellectuals, embarked on a journey to the Mountain of the Dead. When they were finally found, they were all dead. This case, almost 8 decades old, has baffled investigators, scientists, and true crime enthusiasts to this very day today. We delve deep into what could have possibly happened on that frigid night in 1959. Make sure you subscribe and like this video so you don't miss any more shocking true stories. Now let's get into the story. Our story begins in 1959 in the Soviet Union. 9 brilliant young students and trekkers, led by Igor Dyatlov, set out to hike the northern Ural Mountains. Their goal was a peak called Mount Oterten. A successful journey would have earned them the highest athletic certification. They were all highly experienced. The group was scheduled to send out a telegraph message every day, but the message that was due on February 12th never arrived. At first, the delay was dismissed as common due to the harsh mountain conditions. Days turned into weeks, but still no word. Finally, after pressure from family and friends, a search operation was launched. On February 26th, the search team located the group's tent on Kholat Shachel, or the Mountain of the Dead. The discovery was alarming. The tent had been cut open from the inside. This suggested a panicked attempt to flee, perhaps with a knife or blade. There were no signs of a struggle inside, but all their boots and most of their cold weather gear had been left behind. In the snow, 9 sets of barefoot tracks led downhill away from the tent. Following the tracks for half a kilometer towards a nearby patch of trees, the first 2 bodies were found, Krivonishenko and Doroshenko. Both had succumbed to hypothermia. Next, 3 more bodies, including Dyatlov, were found, positioned as if they were attempting to return to the tent. They too had died of cold. The story turned truly horrifying 2 months later. The search team found the remaining 4 bodies deep inside a ravine. These 4 bodies had not only succumbed to the cold, they had suffered catastrophic internal injuries, including 2 women, Kolmogorova and Dubinina. Thibaut Brignol had a completely fractured skull. Dubinina had several broken ribs, crushed by immense force. Furthermore, her tongue and eyes were missing. The medical examiner concluded that these injuries were caused by extreme pressure or force, like being hit by a car. Yet there were no external wounds on the skin. To make matters worse, trace amounts of radiation were found on the clothing of the deceased. The government quickly closed the case, concluding the cause of death was a compelling unknown force. But the world was not convinced. Theory 1. Covert military testing. Some believe that the Soviet Union conducted a secret weapon test that night. The radiation and the unusual coloring of some bodies are cited as evidence. Theory 2. The slab avalanche. Scientists now suggest a small, slow-moving slab avalanche might have hit the tent. The shock would have forced the trekkers to cut their way out, and the extreme cold did the rest. Theory 3. Man-animal attack. While evidence is scant, some suggest local tribes, the Mensi people, may have attacked the group. Others propose an animal, like a bear, slashed the tent and attacked. Finally, there is the most outlandish theory, extraterrestrial involvement or an unidentified luminous object. UFO. No matter how many logical explanations we consider, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains shrouded in mystery. What was it that forced 9 experienced hikers to slash their tent and flee barefoot into the brutal cold? The case was reopened in 2019, but the final conclusion still points toward a tragic weather-related incident in the remote mountain range. What do you believe? What compelled them to make that desperate decision? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more shocking true crime stories.